So I recently had this dream about I was dreaming about Ice Spice, and we was like in this college dorm or whatever. So in the dream, like she had my ID or something, and then she was like passing around my ID or like hiding my ID from me, something like that, right? And another part in the dream that like stood out was I was in this room, and the room had like it had the number 1 and the 4 in it, right? 1 and 4 or something like that. So it made me think back to this decode I did about the number 104, right, with the god of harvest. So the god of harvest is known as Chronos. Now Chronos ties into Charleston, right? Charleston is basically this gaming company, and one of the games is called 104, and it's about synesthesia and music synchronization, right? 104 also ties into immigration. Then I go back to the cipher and look at the numbers 2 and the 7. One of the movies that came out on July 2nd was Earth to Echo, Men in Black, The Tomorrow War, this Tammy movie with Melissa McCartney, and School of Dance, also Terminator. So when you think of like Saturn and time travel, right? And also Men in Black, Alien, like alien immigration. Also this music synchronization. Now one of the 1/4 birthdays is January 4th, which ties into Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton made me think of Bill Nye, who plays as Thomas Newton in The Man Who Fell, right? This is another show about aliens, right? Now, Alien, David Bowie, Naomi Harris, Truett, I don't know how to say his name, but they have similar codes with the 4194, the 31, the 30, the 130, the 194, the 40. David Bowie was also in The Man Who Fell, like a long time ago, right? It was another movie, I believe, which is about aliens, right? Bill Nye and Naomi Harris also tie into the Pirates of the Caribbean because she was playing Calypso, and Bill Nye, he played Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Then I ended up at this 2-8 code, and I was looking at some of the movies that came out on February 8th, and one of the movies was Identity Theft, which is another movie with Melissa McCartney, right? Remember, I had a dream about Ice Spice, right? And she was throwing around my ID or whatever, so it was like taking my ID and whatever they was doing. So Ice Spice reminds me of like I Spy, right? Then you have this spy movie which is another Melissa McCartney movie, right? Then I came across I Spy from Batman, which is about Mr. Freezer coming to Gotham City. So Mr. Freeze comes to Gotham City, and he kidnapped this scientist named Isaacson, which makes me think of Isaac Newton or Thomas Newton, right? When I think of ice, I think of like a freezer machine, like a time machine, something like that, right? Which will go back into Saturn, Chronos, time traveling. Then I Spice, like I Spy, like ice. Then you have ICE for the U.S. immigration, right? For, again, obtaining alien immigrants. When we think of ICE, like I Spy, Ice Spice is in the music industry, right? Back again with the 104, and the 140.